Welcome back. If you're paying attention to what is going on in the world, you may notice that there are geopolitical tensions that are rising, supply chains are being disrupted, the stock market is going sideways. There's a lot of uncertainty in our economy. And with all of that, there are people who love complacency, who um, who just don't like us. They don't like me. They don't like you. They don't like the way you look. They don't like the way you talk. They don't like the way your brain thinks. There's people out there who just don't like you. So they don't like anything that you do. And they will do everything that they can to stop you from being successful. I'm not sure why people don't like you. Mm, I'm not sure why people don't like me half the time. Maybe they're jealous. Maybe it's out of ignorance. Maybe it's some sort of insecurity that they have that they haven't flushed out in some sort of therapy session. But I want to encourage you, just like I encourage me. Um, when people don't like you, don't try to fit in with them. Um, don't take what they say as valid. Uh, Push forward with the things that you know in your heart that you need to do. Keep developing yourself, become a better version of yourself. There is nothing that you will not be able to accomplish. And one day, your life will be better than you can ever imagine because you have overcome the people who don't like you. I'm creating a movement to change the economy so that men, women, and children of every ethnicity can experience prosperity and live in harmony. And I know that there are people who don't like me because they don't believe in the vision. I get that. It's a big vision. I know there are some people who don't support me just because maybe they don't like my history. They don't like the fact that I served in the military. They don't like that I was a Big Four consultant. Maybe they don't like the way my voice sounds. Whatever it is, I cannot and I will not let their opinions stop me from doing the things that I have been put here to do. And I encourage you to have that same determination, that same resilience. Um, when you go about your day and you meet people who don't like you, maybe they say mean things to you, maybe they try to make you miss opportunities to advance your career or miss opportunities to get ahead, miss opportunities to generate wealth or create your legacy. Don't let them disturb your peace. Keep pushing on, keep making progress. Um, Today, I'm going to be talking about relationships. Relationships are the foundation of the movement that I am creating. Without relationships, there is no movement. Without relationships, we have no companies. Without relationships, we have no organizations. There's no UN. There's no economic organizations without any relationships. So relationships are very important. The other day, I talked about how important it is to have a healthy relationship with yourself. And today, I'm going to be talking about why it is important to have relationships with other people, interpersonal relationships, why those are so important. I'm also going to be sharing with you steps that you can take if your ability to have relationships with other people is broken. Uh, and then I'm going to leave you with a little bit of inspiration, a little bit of motivation, and where you can go if you need help developing those interpersonal skills. One of the ways that you know that your interpersonal relationship skills are broken or your relationships with other people are broken is if you could look on your life at the goals that you set out for yourself. Maybe it's your New Year's resolutions from 2025, or maybe it's your journal that holds your personal goals, or maybe even your professional goals. Look at the goals that you set out for yourself, and if you're not able to achieve your goals, it's because many times that your interpersonal relationship skills or your relationships with other people are broken. See, many times when we set out personal and professional goals for ourselves, a lot of times they're stretch goals. And the reason why they are goals is because they're difficult, they're challenging. And many times the goals that we set out for ourselves are so challenging that along the way we experience difficulty, we experience complex problems that we have to solve. And a lot of the things that we encounter require multiple people to solve them. When I set out to have a goal of earning a commission as an officer in the United States Air Force, there was many challenges and problems that I experienced along the way. And if it weren't for the people that I served with, the people that I served, like the people that I worked for, if it wasn't for the people in the education office that guided me and helped me position my career, if it wasn't for my sergeants and my managers opening up opportunities for me to continue to develop as an airman, I would not have been able to earn that commission as an officer in the United States Air Force. And it's not just in my military service. I've experienced the same thing as a consultant at one of the big four accounting firms in the world. If it wasn't for the executives and the senior managers and my clients that I worked with, I would not have been able to accomplish the things that I accomplished as a consultant. I wouldn't be able to lead projects. I wouldn't be able to serve as an engagement manager. I wouldn't be able to serve as a project manager or a functional leader or any of that stuff across multiple industries if it wasn't for the relationships and for the people that I met along the way. I had to develop great interpersonal relationship skills. And I believe that the goals that you have for yourself, your personal and professional goals that you have for yourself, you'll be able to accomplish them when your ability to create healthy relationships with other people um, is improved. And so one of the reasons why I call attention to that is because when you're not able to reach your personal and professional goals and you're not able to overcome the challenges that you face along the way, a lot of times it's because your relationships with other people are broken. You're not able to build teams. You're not able to build consensus. And it's no fault on your own. You may be a top performer. You may be the best at your job. You may be the best in your industry. You may even be the best in the world. But unless you have a team, unless your relationships are where they need to be, unless you're able to build relationships with other people, you may never be successful or as successful as you should be. And so there'll be a lot of um, dissatisfaction. There'll be a lot of discontentment. There'll be less fulfillment that you'll experience along the way because you weren't able to build those relationships with other people. So, how do you build relationships? I believe that the relationships that you have with other people um, can be built. That is a skill that can be developed. Whether we're building personal relationships and you're dating and you're looking at getting married, or maybe you're just networking to get into a new job or move up in your career, your ability to build relationships with other people can be developed. And I'm going to take you through the steps that I use in order to develop the relationships that I have today. The first thing to do when you recognize that you need to be better at building relationships, the first thing to do is learn to accept. Learn to accept other people. Accept them as they are. A lot of times we miss the nuances of people's personality, and we miss the ability or the opportunity to create rapport, or the opportunity to create mental intimacy or mental or emotional intimacy because we're not able to accept other people. I've already talked about how important it is to accept yourself, but accepting other people is the next thing, the next milestone along the way. Learn to accept the way they present themselves. Try to observe without judging. Try to uh, fully recognize the person's beauty, the person's um, function, their person's ability. Truly recognize who the person is in front of you. If you meet somebody at a conference or you're working with someone, or maybe you're going to school with someone, or maybe you meet someone on a date, be fully present and practice observing everything with the lens of acceptance. Try not to judge. That's the first step. If you judge, a lot of times you'll start missing things. If you're looking for a criminal, a lot of times everyone that you see is going to be a criminal. If you're looking for someone who is good, a lot of the things that you see in the world, a lot of people that you see in the world are going to be good. You see more of whatever you're looking for. And it is a skill to be able to sit back and observe. Scientists, the best scientists do it. They can't really create a study and hash out a hypothesis if they're always judging. If they have preconceived notions, and all their research is essentially proving a point that they already believe. It is important for us to be as good observers as possible. We want to be good watchers. Once you learn how to accept, once you learn how to be a good watcher of other people, a good person who's able to fully accept someone in front of you without judging, you'll notice that there's a peace and there's a calm that comes over your spirit. You don't feel upset or angry, or you don't feel extreme joy or extreme happiness when you see someone. You just learn to accept who they are, and there's like a calm peace, content happiness that comes over your spirit when you do it well. That's when you know you're doing it well. The second thing to do after you learn how to accept is learn how to develop consensus. Um, a lot of times if we do the first step right, if we accept, a lot of times we may find that there are things that we have in common with the people that we go to school with, the people that we work with the people that you're on a date with. There's things that you may have in common with those people, or with the attributes, or with the demographic that the person shares with you. You may also notice that you may have something in common with their emotional journey, or the skills that they have learned and developed along the way. There's a lot of ways that you can build that rapport. There's a lot of ways that you can develop consensus with that person. It doesn't just have to be, like I was saying, it doesn't just have to be 1 + 1 = 2. It doesn't have to be the obvious things like you share ethnicity or you share a career, but the more interesting, I believe, the more nuanced um, approaches to developing that consensus and that rapport with people is to connect on an emotional level, or connect on a skills level. You may have different experiences, you may have a different work history, you may have a different background, but if you can build consensus based on that person's emotional journey and the lessons that they've learned from going through hardship or overcoming challenges, or if you can build consensus and build and demonstrate similarities between the skills that that person has learned and their approach to life and the core values that they have and your core values and the skills that you've learned along the way, and if those skills can be complementary of each other, then I believe you're well on your way to establishing a healthy working relationship. And maybe you're not looking for a working relationship. Maybe you're looking for a lifelong partner. You want to build your relationship based on that feeling of love and admiration. Same thing. If you're able to connect on an emotional, mental, spiritual, if you can get past the physical, if you can get past the easy demographics like how much money you make and what your job is, but if you can begin building that level of um, intimacy, mental intimacy, and emotional intimacy, or that level of connection, that level of consensus, then you can start establishing the type of relationship that will be healthy and that will provide great returns in the long run. Will be able to create a partnership where you can work on many, many, many things and succeed together. The third step, and this is the last one I'm going to leave you with, is express gratitude for that person. This is very important because we live in a world that is very cynical. We live in a world that is very insecure. So people don't feel comfortable giving other people compliments because they fear that I recognize if I recognize someone else's work at work, then that takes away something from me. There's people out there who just don't like giving compliments because they haven't experienced them. Lead and set the example in your circle, in your community, in your company, on your team. Set the example on the next date that you go on, or the next relationship situation that you're in, with leading with gratitude. Make sure that you express how thankful you are for the person that you're spending your time with. Make sure that you are expressing um, how grateful you are for the surrounding, the situation that you're in, and the environment. If you're at a nice place, or maybe you're not at a nice place, find something nice to say about the place that you're in. Find something nice to say about life in general. But but lead with gratitude. Make sure that you sprinkle your interactions, you sprinkle gratitude within all of your interactions that you have with that person. This will show that person that your approach to life is positive. This will show that person that you live your life from a position of abundance. This will show that person that there is something going on inside you that is healthy, that is overflowing with love and joy and positive emotions and good energy. And when you demonstrate that, then other people who are also healthy individuals to be in relationships with, they will see those flowers of your personality. They will see that fruit that your personality is generating. They'll see that gratitude, and it will be something that attracts them to you. Now, I know we started out earlier saying that there are some people who just don't like you. And those people who don't like you, when you demonstrate gratitude for the situation, or you demonstrate gratitude for them, those people, you will notice that they don't like you because they will not be able to express gratitude toward you. See, gratitude is something that is very interesting. It 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 reveals who people are. It is like a truth serum. So you could be upset with someone and say something mean about someone and not really mean it. However, when you are genuinely expressing gratitude, it is very difficult to fake it. Because if you fake it, it doesn't sound genuine. If you fake it, is a child will be able to say that person's not very thankful, that person's not very grateful. It's something that it you can read it in someone's eyes. You can read it. You can see it in the way their face moves. You can see it in the way their body moves. When everything is aligned and they are very grateful for whatever the situation is, it is very difficult to fake that. So, expressing gratitude when you are building relationships with other people, or when you're at your job and someone does something nice, or someone does something very well, or if you're studying with someone and someone helps you learn a concept that is very difficult to learn, or maybe you're on a date with someone and they do something that other people will say is the bare minimum, but they did it for you. When you express that gratitude, it 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 comes back to you. If you understand what I mean, it's like a return on it's you get a good return on investment for it, because that person would not only just share the the way they feel about you in a in the same manner, where they're also expressing gratitude toward you. They'll be thankful for you and the things that you do, but it will also add to the magic in the relationship, or the it'll add to the positive vibes. It'll add to the rapport that you have in their relationship. Do these three things: accept that person, learn to accept the person, learn to develop consensus, and learn to to express gratitude. If you do those three things, you will have healthy relationships. And these are interpersonal relationships. These interpersonal relationships are so important. They determine how well we do at work. They determine how well we do on your academic journey. Those interpersonal relationships determine the size of opportunities you're able to win for your company. They determine the quality of work that you do. A lot of the best jobs in the world are done by teams and interpersonal relationships. Those relationships are a requirement to have a healthy team that is high performing and high functioning. A lot of teams do just fine if the competition that they are facing is weak. A lot of teams will do just fine if the goals that they're going after are not stretch goals. If they're easy goals to accomplish, a lot of teams will do just fine. But with our type of economy and what is happening in the world, um, our companies are facing stronger and stronger competition, and our economy has a lot more uncertainty, and people who are trying to work to achieve financial independence, it's much harder for those people to reach financial independence. It's much harder for people to live the American dream nowadays. Things are getting harder and harder, and the challenges that we are facing are more difficult than ever before. So I don't see us being successful unless we are able to develop those interpersonal relationships, unless we're able to build those connections. I don't see us I don't see us at all being successful. I see our quality of life actually decreasing instead of increasing. So my encouragement to you today is begin working on those building healthy personal relationships. Begin practicing right now. If you need help, um, I know my time is valuable, but if you need help, find an executive coach. If I'm not available, you can talk to a therapist. You can join an online community or join an in person community. But learn how to develop or begin working on developing your interpersonal relationship skills. You'll find that your life will be so much more rewarding when if you're able to find the help that you need. If you need help, you don't have to be lonely. You don't have to spend your weekends on your own. You don't have to go through life feeling like your life doesn't have a meaning or you're disconnected from society. You don't have to live like that. Deep inside you may be struggling. Deep inside you may be confused, but you don't have to be confused. You don't have to struggle. You can actually build healthy long-term relationships with people that don't make you feel anxious. There are some people out there who can communicate with you and who can talk to you and who can spend time with you that doesn't activate your social anxiety. You can get your confidence. You can do that. You can build a good self-esteem. You can build stronger mental and emotional and social resilience. You can find that determination that you need to reach all of your personal and professional goals. I know that because I believe in you. Um, I know what I was able to accomplish in my short time on this earth, and I know I have a lot more to accomplish, and I know what we can accomplish together. So that all of that gives me confidence that you can also do the same thing. I don't think that I would have the confidence to create a movement that will change the economy so that men, women, and children of every ethnicity can experience prosperity. I don't think I would have the confidence to do that if it wasn't for the encouragement that I received from so many people. But I would never have gotten that encouragement. I would never have heard the words of encouragement if I wasn't willing to work on my interpersonal relationship skills. And I encourage you also to do the same thing. Work on those interpersonal relationship skills. The whole world will open up for you. Um, you'll be able to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. You'll be able to live the life that you want to live. Your quality of life will get better. One of these days, you will be able to take care of a family of four on just one salary. One of these days, when we are successful, when we win every election in every state, we will be able to complete big development projects. We will be able to modernize our infrastructure. We will build big cities. We will create safe communities where people of every ethnicity can feel safe raising their families. We will create an economic system that will pay you enough so that you can retire at the age of 40 and you can go off and start another career doing whatever it is that your heart desires. We will one of these days we will be able to create an economy that allows you to have access to high quality health care and allows your children to be able to get a high quality education without going into decades and decades of student debt. One day the economy one day will work. I fully believe that. It will work, but we just have to work at it. We have to work at it every day. We have to keep growing. We have to keep building. Right now, I'm on the road to 2,000 subscribers, and I created this movement out of nothing. Trust me, the odds are stacked against me. But every day that we grow, every day that I see those likes on the videos, every day I get the comments of encouragement. Every day I feel a little bit stronger. Every day I feel a little bit braver. Every day I feel a little bit more of that magic. And I just want to share that positive energy with you and encourage you to continue to work on your personal relationships. Continue to work on the relationships that you have with the people that you work with and work for. Continue to work on the relationships with the people in your community and the loved ones that you have in your family. Everyone is not going to like you. Focus on those people who like you. Focus on those people who want to see you succeed. Focus on those people who want to celebrate your successes. So focus on those people who want you to develop the skills that you need to be successful, and focus on those people who will cheer when you shine bright, not those who will put on their sunglasses when you're celebrating and try not to see your success. So focus on those people who want you to succeed and who want to work with you. If they say, you don't have that skill, or if they say that you don't have that experience, focus on those people who will say, I know you don't have that experience, but let me see what I can do to help you get that experience. I know you don't have that skill, but let me see what I can do to help you develop that skill. Focus on those people who are giving you the constructive criticism. Don't focus on the people who are following the trends and who are just telling you it's not cool, or you're not ready, or you don't have it in you. I believe that you have it in you. You have the raw material. You have the natural talent. It may need to be developed. You may need more consistency. You may need more determination. You may need more resilience, but all of those things that you need, you can get. You can get. And the people who don't believe in you, the people who don't want you to succeed, the people who want to keep the status quo, the people who are complacent, the people who don't see the vision and don't even open their eyes to consider other opportunities, the people out there who don't believe in you, let them be. Let them be. And go be you. All right, that's my message that I have for you today. I'll see you in the next video.